Noelle O'Connor, Tan Organic, is going to actually, first of all, we're going to show you a little bit about her experience relative to where the idea came from, her experience on Dragon's Den, and then she's going to talk about where she is now, the issues, the reality, and I suppose in a way, we talked about stress testing this morning. She's living the stress. So she's going to share that with you. And then at the end, we're going to ask a few questions just to probe a little bit deeper to kind of see what learning can come out of this that we can actually share in the room and we can take with us. 5, wow, he's very generous today. I was trying to figure out how I can combine this with my Lee Strand milk and Ballyseedy and have a unique experience, how we can package this. Well, I think that's actually an incredible story. I have to ask you some very naive questions, but very direct questions. And I'm hoping I'm picking up on vibes from the people here today. First of all, in Dragon's Den, did you actually sell too cheaply? Was it 40% of your business?
45.
45 for 50,000.
Yeah.
In hindsight, was that too cheap or was that fair at the time? Or because you blew that on one TV ad that was a disaster.
It was absolutely too cheap. Yeah.
It was absolutely too cheap.
And I knew that. And I'd been working on this idea for 9 months beforehand, and nobody wanted to know. Nobody wanted to know. And I was so close to walking out. And I said, you know what? It's a long, lonely road out there by myself. I'm just going to have to go. And the language was obscene walking out behind when I walked out.
Yep.
When I was not happy. But in fairness, Gavin did give 45% of it. It was a lot easier when we seen Boots. We got straight. Boots is a year ahead.
Yep.
You don't get in on their shelf like somebody said earlier on. When you get on a shelf, you got to knock somebody else off. So it opened lots of doors. We sat in a meeting, and that first €250,000 order, that was because United Drug wanted us, Uniphar wanted us, Wheelhands wanted us. We had a bidding war.
Wow.
And we went with the highest bidder. Hindsight, that was a mistake.
Okay, I want to come on to another question, but to finish off on the shareholding, what's the exit strategy for Gavin?
Well, we do probably need to raise more money. And exit strategy for Gavin is like me, to sell out. We may have to, reduce shareholdings and make it more available for a second. So there's a few things that are going on.
Share a thought with you. Tim Rooney, who had Surf Seeds, who got funding from Seán Gallagher and something, he's offloaded his Dragon investors and he gave them 40% of their money back and told them run. Interesting. So it's interesting. There is exit strategies, and that was the one he pulled.
I think if I said, Gavin, you want 40% of your money back, you wouldn't.
I think you might be a better bet, actually. Now, coming back, Audrey and Micheál were talking about basically the stress testing the bank does on this. In hindsight, now it was easy in hindsight, but it sounded to me like you didn't have the expert team who had done this before on the supply chain, on the packaging, and that was missing from your management team day one, and that might have kind of saved you a lot of time, a lot of money. Or would that be true?
There was no management team. It was just me. So,
just you. But Gavin, was he not part of the management team?
He was, yeah. But he did, I suppose he was more of a mentor. He came to sales meetings, but no, that was lacking. But we just didn't have. I just didn't have the funding for it. It was. And, I was either very, very lucky or I think luck had a lot to do with it. But I think determination had a lot to do with it as well, that, I was so focused and I wasn't going to let this beat me. So we recovered. Yeah.
I think that's another key point. And again, if you've got any quick questions to put up your hand, we might pick one of them in. One thing that comes across to me is then you're passionate. You're incredibly passionate about this product. Mm-hmm. And do you think you would have succeeded anyway, or was the Dragon's Den the only route to market? Was there not an angel investor? Could you not have put together a management team and approached the bank? Or had you County Enterprise Board, Leader, all of those other funding agencies? Was there nothing coming through?
I was offered 70,000 for the 10% a week before, and I turned it down.
Okay. Do you mind me asking who from, i.e. what kind of resource?
From an angel investor.
An angel investor, okay.
And I don't regret turning it down. There's no way I'd be where I am now without the initial success of Dragon's Den.
And also the PR. I've heard people going on Dragon's Den purely for the PR. Is that true?
Value I would put at maybe €400,000.
Wow, okay.
We had phenomenal. We probably were the most PR product ever to come out of Dragon's Den.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that, and it was packaged very well. One question. Anybody want to ask one question? So, okay, can I sorry, I'm going to go for the nearest and dearest very, very quickly, Eugene.
Firstly, congratulations. Well done. Looking at you there, giving away 45% of your company.
Thanks, Eugene. Will you cut out the compliments to me and get to the question?
45% of your company to give it away like that must have been very stressful, of course. I'm sort of in the same scenario at the moment myself. And, you know, as you said, only for Gavin having such a high profile and the likes of Dragon's Den, that's what made the whole difference for you, so you reckon?
Yeah.
It was definitely worth the...
Well, I think it was a good idea, and it was, like I said, a gap. I mean, it wasn't, you know, I think you have to have a match of both, and we had that. I had something with a very unique USP, and he was a great media marketing person, so it was a combination of both.
Okay, can I take one more question? The gentleman with the red, you had the ribbon around you, which is the Cantillon ribbon, so you can just on the microphone. One thing I'm certainly picking up is that the expert management team, that was a huge cost to you, one way or the other. That's a key thing, okay?
Noelle, congratulations. How did you protect your product?
But anybody can Dior could come in and reverse formulate that in the morning if they want it. We've protected it, trademarked it worldwide. So Tan Organic was a URL I paid $6.99 for, 19th of January 2009, I remember when I had the idea. So go on a year and a half later, and we were in a meeting with big distributors in the UK, and a big 1.6 billion pound company wanted to buy the name. They weren't interested in what was in the bottle, and it was too cool for school to even say yes. So I said no, it's not for sale. So I never knew how much they really wanted to pay for it, but I said no. But we've spent nearly 100,000 euros trademarking the brand so far worldwide.
Fantastic. How long does it take it to go the colour to come up on my cheeks?
About 6 hours.
6 hours. Well, I'll be staying indoors for the weekend. But Noelle, thank you very, very much.